Nightmare 505, Doc Weeze, what's Steve? Silver Starlight, hello. How are you guys this morning? Slurp. Miki Kima, Mikey. Is that how you say it? Mikey? Or is it Makey? Omni Slash. You guys are awesome. You guys are tuning in first thing. Oh my gosh. It's awesome. Alright. Looking at the thumbnails, I'm just adding all of the pixel art we do in Aseprite. Pretty soon it's just going to be like a bunch of pixel art just sprayed on top of this entire thing. We got Jeff in the corner here. We got the Dolly the sheep up here. I'll probably delete a couple of those so there's just one to make space. I put the spider webs because it looks like a square. It looked weird, so I just got rid of the spider web we did. I'm just going to start slapping more images on this thumbnail. It's just going to be a cluster. Royal. Thank you, Royal. I'm trying. It's hard to find new things to feature every day. I'm going with the thumbnail that I put out is the stuff we made from yesterday, and or if I know what I'm going to be working on. A few minutes late today, sorry about that. I had to take care of things. Peppers were ready to be picked. Check these out. Let's see, where's my thing? I want to hold them up to the camera. Check it out. We got habaneros. Or no, wait, these are jalapenos. We got jalapenos. And we got habaneros. Come on, camera. This thing is freaking hot, man. These are like 40, 50,000 Scoville. This thing, oh my God, this is like 200,000 Scoville. No, we're not eating them this morning. I just had some oatmeal before the stream. I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys find it distracting if you see somebody eating on the stream, like at the beginning of the stream or something? Because I was like, I should live stream right now because it's at 10 o'clock, but I'm like, nom, 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 eating my oatmeal. Would that bother anybody? Because I don't know. Some people like that. I mean, not that I'm trying to showcase me eating, but I am often eating before the stream starts. Eating in stream is unpro. Right, I'm just like, let me finish eating real quick and then I'll start the stream, you know? Some people don't care and some people do. Unless the stream buys you pizza, yeah, that's an exception. It's an exception. Just making sure everybody's got a member role. If you want to be a member of the Discord, link is in the description below. Cool, man. Cool, cool. All right. Omni Slash says, well, the people that care suck. I think it does depend on how much noise, because nobody wants to hear like... Right? Mester Steckman 9000, hello, welcome back. How are you doing? How's your day going? We've got a lot of monsters to design, and I was thinking, when the player gets past a certain point, I need to turn this down, I've got too much snare in my headphones. When the player gets past a certain point on the common event in the dungeon, they're not going to encounter any battles for the chests anymore. Because the dungeon level will no longer be 6. So what I should do is, in the condition, when this is called, is check the variable at the beginning, making a conditional branch. If what is it? Next dungeon, random dungeon area select. Is that the right one? Dungeon level. If dungeon level is greater than equal to the highest number of enemies that we have, one above the enemies that we have. So we have 7 enemies. We only have 6 in the database right now. But if it's above 8, then we're going to set dungeon level to 1. Right? That way, once the player reaches the highest level, it restarts again. Path of the Stream, welcome back. It's good to see you. Oh my gosh. T's here. She says, good morning, all you beautiful peoples.
Hey, baby, how's it going?
This is a little, what is it called? Checks and balance. This will make sure that it doesn't ruin the battle system if the player goes past it. If they go too far, if they delve too greedily and too deep into the dungeon, it just restarts again. So like after you fight the level 8 enemies, or 7 enemies, you go back to the level 1. For now. So we do need to add more enemies. But it takes a long time to add enemies when we're making so many custom assets for them. Steckman's Cringe World 666A Sup boys, he says. How are you doing, Steckman? Thank you for coming to the stream. Let me get the stream. Schmookum pie. Well, before we can actually make the next enemy, we have to finish what we started at the end of last stream, the dank spider. And we picked an image from Hidden One. We threw some starter stats on the level 7 enemy. We need to make a item, or 2, or 3, probably just 2 for now, a common drop and the rare drop, and then we'll make the uncommon drops later on. Hey, that's good to hear, OmniSlash. That's awesome. It's a dank spider, yep. What should the dank spider drop when we beat it? We need to make an item for it. It's gonna be like a bat wing, right? But it's gonna be for a dank leg. I mean, obviously, it would just call it a spider leg. Do we have any legs yet? We have logs. Nothing drops a leg yet, and since spiders have 8 of them, spider fang, that'll be its uncommon drop. We have some fangs, don't we? We have stingers, scorpion, insect stinger. No fang yet. Spider leg makes as much sense as the other one. I bet, Omni, if I was in your situation, I would probably feel the same way. Yeah, cheers, my dude. You're my dank spider. Okay. A spider leg. In the description, this is a bat wing, because obviously that's what it is, right? A spider, a dank spider's leg. Can be sold or used to craft items. Looks like we're gonna go right into Ace Bright and draw us a spider leg. Let's get our Ace Bright done early today. Let's get us a cool looking palette. I downloaded a lot of these palettes online. I forgot what website it was. But if you just Google Ace Bright palette set, or palettes, you'll find some. You know what we should do is look at the dank spider to get an idea of the color palette. Let's do that. Open folder. Use a reference for pixel art. Yeah, I should. DocWeez. Absolutely. I need something to look at, and that way I can like try to make my own version of it with like some sort of foundation. Heartless Angel. Stream is down? No, I don't think so. YouTube was down a couple days ago. What are we doing? IMG, SV, actors. We need to find Spider, right? What has Spider in it? Was it Spider? Hidden Ones. Spider. Yeah. Here we go. Let's change the view to extra large. Okay, what color did we pick? Was it 2? We picked 2? Is this the one? Hey, I have an idea. This is probably a much better idea. Look at the eyes on the spider. That's funny. You thought it was black and red? Let's look. Enemy Spider 3. So it's this one. Nope, that's Spider 2. Yep, it was black and red. That's right. Good memory. iCred, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming. It's good to see you. How's your game going? What are you working on? The people are dying to know. YouTube was just taking a break from demonetizing vids. Shiny Spooter, I have a great idea. Let's take this image and open it up and do some derivative art from Hidden Ones art. RPG Maker MV, Natural Explorers, IMG, SV Actors, and we'll type in Hidden Ones, Spider 3. We can zoom in a little bit. Let's take a selection. Let's turn on our grid a little bit. And let's get a selection of right about here. Seems to be good. So we'll copy this and create a new 64 by 64. Paste that in there. Let's delete the background layer. And what I want to do is take this and then copy this. Or let's resize the image. Image size 32 by 32. There you go. File, save this as, or you know what? We don't even need to save this one alone. Let's copy this. Let's open up the IMG system icon set.png. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Excuse me. I'm dying. And paste it right here. There we go. We got that black and red, same color scheme. Spider leg. Easy. We made this one quicker. And then we save this as the PNG and overwrite it. There it is. We got a spider leg. Boils and gents. Spider leg. A dank spider's leg. Can be sold or used to craft items. It's worth 700. Not consumable, no scope, never occasion, certain hit, no animation. Bang. Now it'll be a crafting recipe. That was pretty easy. Now all we need is a fang. We can do a fang. We have a fang, actually. We have plenty of fangs. Boom, boom. Does he show his fangs in this one? Not really. He shows his mandibles. I could just use this for spider fang. Copy this, paste this, spider fang. We just didn't have something good for spider leg. Spider mandible over spider fang. Well, we have two options. I'm going to go with the spider leg for now. Go to enemies and award the spider leg as the 50% drop. That's our common drop. And we have to finish his skills. We were working on skills. We have Chomp, which needs an animation, webbing, and thirsty bite. Now I think I was doing some combination effect where if you throw the webbing on the player, it adds a state, probably debuffs their speed, but also makes thirsty bite deal like double or triple damage. Drifty seems kind of drained today. What do I have to do to not seem drained? Do I have to do more cringe? Let's make a new state called webbed. Make a new state. Webbed. And when the player is webbed, more coffee. Oh, I gotta go make another cup because look what happened. What happened to it? It's gone. I do need to rest more, Heartless. Thank you so much for noticing. You're such a sweetie. Alright. When the player is webbed, they will have a debuff, right? They're gonna have they're webbed, they're stuck in webs, so what's gonna happen? Their evasion rate's gonna go down. So they're gonna suffer, they're gonna lose 20% of their evasion. What else is gonna happen? They're gonna be a lot slower, right? So parameter, their agility is going to go down. So we'll multiply their agility by 80%. So approximately lose 20% of their agility and 20% of their evasion. What else happens? Well, we can reference this state and make a custom damage. I know, Silver, you were so tired yesterday, right? You were saying that you were having a hard time. Stay awake. I hope you got some sleep and you had no overtime. That's great. The good thing about the overtime is the money, right? But don't sacrifice your health and your livelihood, or I don't know. Don't sacrifice all of your time just for a little bit more pay if you can avoid it. You got to enjoy life. We could make it so that if you're webbed, other states are more likely to land on you. But I already had an idea. Yesterday, I kind of came up with the idea I want. So what will make this is you lose 20% of your evasion, 20% of your speed, which is agility, and the rest is fine. It doesn't need to be super powerful, just something simple. Okay, that looks good. We'll go with that. But it's going to open up the player, and they'll remove that at the end of battle. But after your turn ends, actually every action, right? Every time you try to wiggle out of it, every action from, let's say, 6 to 10 turns, it's pretty strong. It lasts a long time. Or I can make it on the entire party. Let's do it like that. Let's do 4 to 5 turns, but also make it webbing land on the entire party. Just like sprays webbing out of the party. Yeah, that's good. And what that'll do is make it so that it doesn't web one and then attack the other with the move and not get its combo off. Yeah, okay. So webbing will be an HP damage on all enemies on the battle screen. Cannot critical hit. It's going to do ATK plus MAT, I guess. We'll make an animation for it, and it's going to apply a state of webbed, let's say 50% of the time, because it's going to hit everybody, right? So they can only do it once. We'll make it 60%. Yeah. Applies. Let's say spray your enemies with a sticky web. Applies /IT. What is our state number? 19. 19 to all enemies. 60% of the time. Or I could just say 60% chance. Hello. 60% chance to apply. Webbed to all enemies. And then in parentheses, minus 20% speed minus 20%, evasion minus 20%. And take bonus damage from /IS 37. There we go. We don't need a parenthesis there. Or a, yeah, parenthesis, yeah. There we go. Luck parameter changes % chance of states. Unless you have plugins that adjust that. When creating a skill, animation states skill. You remember me, then creates enemy linking skill. Keyboard works again. Path of the stream. You fixed your keyboard. Oh my god. Fat Clop, thanks for joining the stream. How are you today? Where does the player's defensive stats come from into play if it's not referenced in the skill formula? I'm using Yanfly's armor scaling plugin, so I don't really need to reference their defense very often unless I specifically give a high amount of attack. Because if I set this as a magical attack, then it's going to look at their magic defense. But this will actually be a physical attack. because I wanted to look at their endurance. Most of these are going to be physical attack. Blood drain, same thing, physical attack. Some of them are going to be certain hits, but most of them are physical attacks. Anyone, how would you do a state that made all other states more likely to be applied? Do a blanket state resist penalty? Well, you'd have to just manually make that state do that. Like, weakness to all, whatever. There's your state that makes all other states more likely to land. So you change the state rate. So let's say it'll make 20% more likely that poison lands. And you copy this, you paste this, and then you do this again. 20% chance, 20% more of a chance that blind will land. And you kind of just add all the states you want it to affect. 20% chance, more chance. So what's going to happen is if they have a skill that does silence 100% of the time, it will not exactly work 100% of the time. It will work 100% of the time as long as the player doesn't have a state, rate, or resist to it. If the player has, say, a 50% resist to silence, and the move says 100% chance to silence, then it's going to say, did the enemy successfully cast this? Yes. Did the player successfully resist it? Yes or no. So if you have a skill that's being applied 100% of the time to something that's state rated 50%, it will still only happen 50%. If you have 50% chance to apply and 50% chance to resist, then it's only going to land 1 out of 4 tries, 25% of the time. So if you were to make a state that causes other states to increase their state rate, follow? Then if they have like a 50% resist to silence, and they have weakness to all, well, now they only have a 30% resistance to silence. So it'll land 7 out of 10 times, considering the skill has a 100% chance to land. It can be confusing, but if you want states to land more frequently, you'll just do a state like this. To answer your question, Red Phoenix, this is how you do it. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so let's continue on. We've got our web state that'll hit the whole party 60% of the time. Let's make Chomp have the basic action sequence. So they go across the screen and chomp them. Webbing will not have that action sequence. But with webbing, or no, not webbing, Thirsty Bite will have that action sequence, but we'll also have a custom formula. Damage formula. I think I could use this here because I'm using Yanfly's Battle Engine Core. So I don't have to adjust this damage here. I need to refresh myself how to use this though. I'm basically going to set value equals something, right? And then the value is the damage formula. So we'll make a condition if is this eval or is it pseudo code? If Drifty, so I set it to 120% or 20%. The state that you want to apply to the enemy that causes other states to be more likely to be applied, right? So it's like a curse on your, it's like a curse state. So if they're cursed, they're more likely to get other curses as well. Then you need to change the state to 120. Because setting it to 20 will buff them. That's saying their state rate, if state rate is at 100, then it's equal chance. So if you make it 120%, then they're more likely to get hit with it. If you make it 20%, then they're 5 times less likely to get hit by that state. So if you want to make it a debuff, you make the state rate change to 120. If you want to make it a buff, so like resistance, then you can make it like 20 or 50 or whatever. So a buff is below 100 and a debuff is above 100 on state rate. Does that make sense? Like, for example, resistance. And this makes all your states less likely to land. So if you have resistance, then it's going to change your state rate to be like 50% poison. So if someone tries to poison you with a 100% chance, well, their 100% chance will only work half the time because you've got resistance on. So they'll poison you half the time. But say you naturally have poison resistance, right? The player is like some sort of warrior and he's got like a 33% chance to resist all poison naturally. But you want this state to land every time. Then you can have like weakness or poison weakness, right? It doesn't matter what you call it. Poison weakness. Then you would change this to say 133. So when he's poison weak, he is 33% more likely to be poisoned. So his 33% resistance will be counteracted. So a move that will poison 100% of the time, if he's poison weakness, will land. Otherwise, it'll only work like 2 out of 3 tries. Get it now? A fart curse? Kane Rebel! How are you doing, Kane? You can't say that, the Master. Like, I know you're joking around, but you can't say that. Don't say that. Alright, so webbing, that's all it's going to do. It's going to apply to the party. We'll go back to Thirsty Bite. We're saying if the player is under the effects of webbing, then Thirsty Bite's going to do extra damage. What number is it? 19. So I have to do some JS. My brain! If actor dot is state affected 19 value equals a.atk times 6 plus a.agi times 2. Do I need inlines? Is this going to be actually pseudocode or JS? I forget. Else value equals A.ATK times 3 on its own. Is that how it works for the damage formula? I will make you suffer with bug spray. Come on, that's funny. I just posted in what I'm working on, the Discord, with how I set it up. Does that look right? Well, let's take a look at it. Yes, it is. That looks perfect. So while they have the weakened state from 2 to 6 turns, if the enemy is trying to apply a different state of stun, paralyzed, poison, silent, any of those, there's a 25% chance more that it'll land. But if they don't have a resistance already, then it won't do anything because it's already going to land 100% of the time. So this weakened state is only going to affect it if the enemy's skill that they're applying is not 100%. Say the enemy is a spider, and when it does a bite, it has a 60% chance to poison. Well, if the enemy is weakened, well, then it'll have more like an 85% chance to be poisoned. So it will work like you're expecting. Yeah, that looks good. Good job. I need to look at the Battle Engine Core format again. Like, what is it looking for in lunatic mode? Wow, lots of changes. Good stuff, good stuff. Or is it the skill core? It's the skill core. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Where do I have the skill core? Should be underneath. Item core, equip. Am I not using the skill core? Shame on me. Where the heck is the skill core? Okay, we gotta fix that. Items, equip. I need skill core for this, so let's put in Yanfly skill core. I should have the most up-to-date version of skill core. Version 1.13. Is DevTools open? Yeah, this is the most one for 1.6.1. Cool. Let's put the skill core in. Let's bring it up to where I think it should be. I don't really remember. Item, equip, weapon unleash, element core. We'll put it above element core. Anyway, I'm looking at the bottom for the lunatic mode. Here it is, custom requirements, lunatic mode for skill costs, custom cost, custom show eval, custom requirements and execution, the skill phases, before, before eval, we could do that. There's 4 phases. It would have to be before or pre-damage. Custom execution. But we do need to set the value before. So it'll either be custom execution Isn't it damage formula though? Let me run a Google. Ganfly custom note tags, and then in brackets put in damage formula. What do we get? Is it the damage core that does this? Really? 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 Okay. Skill core, we're still gonna leave it in, but let's look at the damage core. Well, at the bottom we got action sequence stuff, but above that we should have lunatic mode stuff, right. Damage steps. Yeah, here it is. Damage formula value is what it's looking for. The pseudocode value. So if we wanted to write some code, where's your example? Like a condition. It's pseudo, right? No, it's eval. I hope A and B are referenced as user and target. I think they're referenced, so I'll just do A dot, and if not, I'll do user dot. But I think that's correct. The only difference I see is this is lowercase for some specific reason, I don't know. But it is looking for value. That's the thing I wanted to double check. Okay. Some funky music. If actor is state affected, 19. If target. Oh wait, is it actor or target? If target dot is state affected, 19. Value is this times 6 times, so it's going to be pretty strong. Else it's that. And let's go. I don't think it'll matter, but I'm going to make it look like it looks like in the help file verbatim, lowercase damage formula. So what this is doing, or I hope it's doing, and what I'm trying to make it do, is when the player is hit by Thirsty Bite, it will take a lot of damage if they're currently webbed. Otherwise, if they're not webbed, it doesn't really do that much damage. So Chomp will be 5, webbing will be 5 priority, because they can only web once. And Thirsty Bite will be priority 4. Or actually, it could be priority 5 as well, because they have to have TP to use it. So equal chance for all of these to happen. It will probably do this one. Well, it will only do this one once, and it will only do this one once it has the TP to do it, and this will generate the TP for it. Simple. That works fine. I don't think I need to make this a damage type anything, because this is going to overwrite what we put over here. So far, this is looking good. Take a nice chomp out of your target. generates 15 TP. I need to include generates 15 TP on all of the generate moves, like scratch. So when the player gets them via soul stones, the player will know this is just your generate TP move. There we go. So that looks good. Let's make it so that these have some custom animations. An animation for Chomp, Webbing, Thirsty Bite, and a state animation for Webbed. What's going on here? Rin said damage core is the way. I should have paid more attention, and I would have got that sooner. Alright. Let's do some animations now. We got our skills and their code set up. Let's go ahead and make some animations. Something for Chomp. What does this look like? Nope, too long. Something quick for Chomp, and then we'll customize it. Like this. Yum! I like it. Let's take this, go down here, paste it here, call this one Chomp, give it a different image. Nope, I actually don't like it. I'm gonna change it up. Let's go with this very defaulty one, and then make it not defaulty. Let's do a batch on frames 1 for all the cells. And let's change their pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's add 10 to their frames. Let's batch frames 1 to 9 on cells 1 to 1, just the first cell, and change the pattern to 11. Okay. Frame 2, cell 1, pattern will be 12. This is so that I don't have to move stuff around to select it. It's a little trick. I'm gonna select frame 3, cell 1, pattern 13. Frame 4, cell 1, pattern 15. And repeat the process. Frame 6, cell 1, Cool, let's change the sound effect. Let's cut the wind one. Okay, that'll work. This is Chomp. That's the word Chomp, its own animation. Alright, now we need webbing. Alright, Chomp's got its own animation. Webbing and Thirsty Bite need its own animation. Let's make a state animation and an animation for webbing. State animation. It's going to be that for now, because we're going to change it, if I remember. Okay. I don't know, I thought it would be nice, but... we need to pick a different one. A different template unless we want to design the whole thing, which will take a long time. Let's take this one. Okay. We need to add another cell. Pattern 101, right? Or is it 102? Okay. Copy this, paste it in here. 103. Paste it in here, 104. Paste it in here, 105. Paste it in here, 106. Maybe we need to design a custom sound effect for it. 108. Paste it in here. 109. Paste it in here. 110. 110. Drifty used the default curse animation for webbed. That's what you did. Let's see. The default cursed animation. Let's see. Where's it at? I don't see the default cursed animation. Do you mean the paralyze? This one? Or maybe you mean this one, the bind. I mean, that makes sense using bind. What we can do is paste this here and change this to something different, excuse me. Wow, that looks better than this. This is not going to be webbed. This is something else. This is going to be webbed. Good call. I feel wholesome when drawing busty nuns. Is that wrong? No. No, Demos. That actually looks really good. Let's change the sound effects. We don't need all this flashing though. Let's just go on. What's going on there? Maybe add another sound effect in here somewhere like this. Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe get rid of the last couple frames, because they just kind of stay there. There you go. Webbed. Now what we'll do is take this, paste it here, and call it webbed state anim. and we'll batch the entire thing and change the scale down to like 70, 50%. We see it now. We have to shift everything too. Let's add 100 to the Y. And get rid of the sound effects and stuff. Get rid of the very first frame. Now this is 181. Go here, 181. So when the players are webbed, they'll have that state animation play on them. Skills. I kind of want to see it happen, so I'm going to put it at 100 right now, but I'll bring it back down to 60. Yeah, nice. Now we just need to make an animation for Thirsty Bite and test them out. Charazanico says, hey Drift, I challenge you to make a manticore. Alright, we're gonna do a manticore next. I'm almost done with the spider. Almost. We have to design an animation for Thirsty Bite and test to see if the strategy works. Does this code work to increase the damage that Thirsty Bite does if the players are webbed? Take care, Royal. Let's make an animation for Thirsty Bite. Let's go with that. Copy this. Paste this here. Change the water 3 to something else. Maybe red. Looks too like you just got healed, not you got attacked. Hey, that looks interesting. Let's change the sound effects. That makes it a lot different. And get rid of the screen flash to a target and make the target more of a red. Change the water to a bite. Yeah, there it is, Thirsty Bite. It does look more like a thrust attack. Maybe not the best use for it. Maybe we'll change it. I'll put a question mark on it so that I can remember. But I want to move on. I think that looks good for now. Do we have dead frames at the end? No. Let's give this to Thirsty Bite. Because I need to test this. Okay, Thirsty Bite needs a description. Deals increased damage to your target if they are inflicted with /IT, what is it, 19? Yes, 19. State 19. Cool. Now that we've got that, let's go to the armors and make a soulstone. Cooking the soulstone, we're going to get all the powers that this creature possesses. This is going to be the dank spider soulstone. And it's going to give we'll say 5 attack and 5 luck, which is charisma. Nah, intelligence. Spiders are just pretty smart. 5 intelligence. 5 strength and intelligence plus 5. Which one was I using for intelligence? $36? I think I was using 36. Cybernetic Possum, what's up, my man? Maybe a chomp with added blood or splatter. Yeah, we could definitely do something like that, Alexander. Just gonna it would take more time. It's a lot of work. Calling the pound. How's it going, Michael Posada? Alright, that's the second time in a row now. Let's give the player those skills. Player will get 35, 36, and 37. So let's update that. IS 35, IS 36, and IS 37. The MV template, yeah, I don't know, I got a lot of hate for doing that. People are like, you're just going to make another default project and every game that comes out is just going to look like your default project. It's just going to be the new default and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, whatever, it's a lot of work anyway. I was surprised that people, like most people are like, yeah, that's a great idea, more resources. But there was like more than 10% people are saying like, no, that's a bad idea. And I'm like, all right, whatever. It's a lot of work anyway. So no, I didn't actually finish that. Like a full template of all action sequence and nah. They're like, what's the point of trying to get rid of people making a default project when you give them a new default? It's going to be a cycle where it just becomes the new default project. And I'm like, I see your point, but not everyone's gonna even, you know, use that. Whatever. It was too much work for that kind of response. So I was like, yeah, it's whatever. There's plenty of other projects I have to work on, so kind of got shelved. Let's pick a different image for the dank spider soulstone. Let's go with this. It was a red one, right? Did we already use a red one? I don't think so. Yeah, now the dank spider soulstone is this red one. No problem. Nightmare says he's multitasking. Me too. What's up, Team Fortress 2 fans? The original arena. The original arena game. What's it called? King of the Hill, Last Man Standing. Like the format that everyone's copying right now. Drifty, my day won't be complete without your answer. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay? You know, I like pineapple. I like pizza. I don't think I would order them with pineapple on it, but I could eat it. I would prefer a simple, you know, bell peppers, maybe some cayenne pepper crushed up on it, pepperoni, sausage is good. I could eat it with pineapple on it. Bacon bits. Yeah. And extra cheese. Yeah, boy, get that extra cheese. All right, we got our soulstone. Let's give the enemy a chance to drop that 1 out of 100. Armor. Dank spider. Soulstone 1 out of 100. Since we made the uncommon drop, we might as well add that in there too. The spider fang. This one is 1 out of 10, right? The 10% chance, you have a 50% chance, that's your common. Your 10% chance, that's the uncommon. And a 1% chance, the rare. How do you like Brawlhalla? I never played it. I've seen it though. I refuse to deliver anyone's pizza that has pineapples on it. Hey, you know, sometimes everybody has their pet peeves. Let's award the moves to the dank spider. Chomp. Otherwise it won't be doing anything, will it? Webbing. And what happened there? Let's go like this. And Thirsty Bite. And I could just give them 5/5/5 because the spider can't use Thirsty Bite unless it has 30 TP, and it can only use webbing a single time because webbing costs 70 MP and they only have 70 MP. So the fights are designed so that the enemies can only use their like strong debilitating move a single time in a combat, because combat should be a little bit quicker. Alright, now we need to set up our troops. Let's add the dank spider. And add an instance of 2 dank spiders. Even though we haven't called on any instance of 2, I've been making 1 and 2. Alright, let's update our common events. so that in the case that it rolls a 7 on dungeon level, we get into battle processing with a single dank spider. Oops. That's better. 6 is Shadow Bat, 7 is Dank Spider. Everything else will be the same. Let's change the control variable. Oh, it doesn't randomize this. Yeah, there's no control variable here besides this one, which is if it reaches 8 or higher, it goes back to 1, so it loops. It's a little fail-safe in case the player gets too far. Because they want to make me hungry, and they're doing a fantastic job. We need to battle test now. We finished the spider. What is this one? This is the Shadow Bat. Let's copy this and paste this here. We're going to move all these down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We finished the Dank Spider. Did I say Shadow Bat? Okay, let's go to the start screen and pretend that we're playing the game. Let's do the beta tests. Oh no, I need to initialize them at level 7 so that it seems to be like I can check the balance. Actors, start at level 7, please. Thank you. And if we pick Mars, 7. Yes. Yes. Lots of enemy setup? Yeah, because I don't want to have crappy enemies. I want to have custom animations on my enemies, custom skills and combinations of skills, so that the combat, while it can be avoided for the most part, those who want to participate in the combat should be able to, and have something not default and basic animations that they've seen 1,000 trillion times. And my piano! Okay. The dang spider! Oh no, he looks so cute. Fortify us, Jinx. And radiate. Chomp. Custom sound effects. Custom icon. Give us some blessings so we can blind the spider. And attack him. Oh no, webbing with a custom icon. Oh, wait. Did it not do the... Okay, the state animation's working. But did it not... Did I not apply that? Hold on. Sorry, guys. I gotta check this. Webbing. I didn't apply it. I didn't even... I made it and I didn't even put it on the skill. Okay. Webbed. Chomp, webbed, thirsty bite. Alright. I'm going to change the name as well so I don't... Webbing was the name of the skill. And then web state. Okay. This time will be Mars. Take care, Mr. Stackman. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Snoo, 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 snoo. Our custom sound effects. That's our custom Emmy music effects. Sna 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 sna. I'm doing well, Shadow. How are you doing? How's your day? The web lowers the speed, yes. It also makes it so that Thirsty Bite will deal like double damage, more than double damage. Webbing, bang! I put it at 100%, but it's going to be 60%. So now the agility and evasion is down 20% of the whole party. And if the spider uses Thirsty Bite, it's supposed to do a lot more damage if they're not webbed. Or if they are webbed, than if they are not webbed. Oh my god. I think you guys understand what I'm saying, right? They're in a web, so they get bit. They're going to take more damage from that specific attack. Whoa, that critical. Thirsty Bite! Thirsty Bite did nothing. So obviously our code does not work. Maybe I have to go HP damage. And set this to normal attack, can critical. If target.isState affected 19, then value is, maybe we have to use user. Will do, Shadow, thanks. Damage formula doesn't seem to be working. So if target.isState affected, am I doing that right? 19. Else, the value is, do I need to have these brackets in here? Is it pseudocode or is it JS that I have to reference? Is it eval? It's in damage core. Those are action sequence commands. Keep in mind that using comments here will cancel out anything following after. So we won't use comments in there. New variables can be used to make calculations easier. Okay, maybe we just have to use user. Subject refers to the actor enemy using. So user and subject are the same value, or the same. Value refers to the damage. So we have to change value depending on the condition. But I wish that Yanfly would put a example in here of if something something then. That way we can see if it's using JS eval or if it's just pseudo note, because you know, like there's no, I don't know. I think it's eval. All the lunatic stuff is eval, isn't it? If target.isState affected 31, but why 31? 19 is the one. That's what I have. Oh, no parentheses? I mean, do I not put, that shouldn't make a difference really. Maybe it's being very specific. Isn't it better to use the normal damage box and use b.isState affected 19 question mark? You could do that, couldn't you, Alexander? We don't even need to use the damage formula thing. I like your idea. Let me try to use this as user instead of A dot. This is the original flow. It's in game action object using prototype property make damage value method. The function that's being passed target and critical, creating item as this. Base damage is another method, eval damage formula, but that is being passed the target. The variable value is equal to its base damage times this calculation, the element rate. The value also takes into consideration the element rate. So the base damage times the element rate. Maybe I have to select HP damage and normal, and maybe instead of A dot, I use user dot. That may fix it. We'll try it out again. Calculation. If it's physical, obviously this is all like stuff that's not really applying to me right now because I'm being very broad. I'm not being very specific. I'm just saying if they're being affected by a state, we can get rid of these extra parentheses then. Then set the value to the user's attack times 6 plus the agility, so that's 8 times their variable, so that's going to be a lot of damage. 70, that's a lot of damage. Like 500 minus defense because of armor scaling, so they'll take like 400 damage. It should maybe even kill them. And otherwise, it just does like 150, 200, something like that. Okay, let's try it now that we've set damage type, HP damage, element normal, and removed A dot and instead using user dot, and instead of an extra parentheses, we don't have that. So we've made some changes. Let's take a look at it again. We'll have to close it. Mechanized battle toaster. Toast bot. Nobody says it's better to change one thing at a time. You're right. So you know which one was causing the problem. It's exactly right. So we need the spider to use this move and then use, there you go, webbing. Nice. Like it. And now we need Thirsty Bite to deal damage. Chomp, that should do normal damage, yeah. Chomp, normal damage. Hopefully we don't kill him here. Chomp. Use your move. You got plenty of TB. Bubble. Just use it. It'll do less damage as we're guarding, but Thirsty Bite. Deal damage. It dealt 0. Okay, so it's bypassing. It's not really using this right here. I liked the suggestion we had a little while ago. We can try that and not use damage formula. And we'll just use the damage box up here, right? So let me cut this off and go to my quick notes where I put stuff. and then put in just a little line here, because this is an eval as well. B dot is state affected 19. Come on, brain. B dot is state affected 19, and then that's going to see if it is. It's going to return one or two values. It's going to return one value. The first one if it's true, and the second one if it's false, right? But do you need to, what's the syntax here? Oh, wait. Where's it at? Where's my book? Where's my book? Did I leave it in the car? I hope not. I have a reference manual for this. Where did I put it though? Man, I have it here all the time for when I need to check stuff. I was reading it in the car the other day, so I probably left it in the car. Hopefully I didn't leave it at the doctor's office. That would suck. Whatever. Anyway. You put in your first thing, right? Condition, question mark. Yeah, you use the colon. If it is true, you put the value, and then you put a colon, and then you put the value that it returns if it's not true. So we'll say a.atk times 6 plus a.mat, and then we'll change it, a.agi as well, so it's 8. It's the same anyway. And then a colon, otherwise, return a.atk times 3. I don't think we need to inline here because it will already inline in the damage formula. Let's try it now. $239 while they were guarding. That's definitely more than an ATK times 3. Yeah, so that works. Let's just use items and see if he does it again. This is not going to give us the guard. He needs to accumulate TP. He should have enough now. Yep, it's working. 600, that sounds about right. Hey, good suggestion. We don't need to do a custom. We could just write the damage formula out inside the damage box so that the game reads it correctly. One thing I need to check, though, is to see how much damage it does when we don't have the webbing state on us. So we need to let him get TP again and let our webbing state wear off. He'll no longer be able to use webbing because it costs 70 MP. He's only got 70 max MP. So if we manage to stay alive this long... and it does 200, not 600 something. So we figured it out. There's the strategy for the spider. When you're webbed, you have less evasion, you have less agility, which is your speed in the game, and it also means you're going to take like triple damage from the thirsty bite from the spider, because he's already webbed you, it's going in, suck your blood. So that works perfect. I love it. That's great. So this enemy's done. We're done with this enemy. Weapon unleash. Bam. Bam. There you go. We got a spider leg. We made that art too. Well, it's derivative of hidden ones. Cool. Alright, back to the project. Thank you, chat. You guys are awesome. Oh my gosh. This is why live streaming your progress is so awesome. It's so useful. Because when you get stuck on something, you have like whatever, however many people are watching to say, try this, try that. And it works a lot of the time. Great. Okay, we need more monsters. We don't have enough monsters. It takes forever to make them. Let's find another monster to make. I know we don't have to have all custom skills, all custom icons, custom sound effects, custom animations, but that's what makes the game feel good and polished and different from everybody else's game. And it takes longer, absolutely. But, I mean... Okay, I'm bored. Bye, guys. Take care, Mr. Steckman. If you're gonna make Dank Spider, make a Weeb Spider. Maybe. Someone challenged me to make a chimera. A chimera. Well, we have some here. We have like your classic one, the gold. You have a dark one. You have a, well, this one's more classic than the gold one. Yellow brown one. A red one. Oh, this is the default one with the green snake. So I guess they would all work. Let's see. Should we use green snake? We're going to make a chimera, but we got to figure out which one we want to use. I think this one has the most diversity in color. This one sticks out a lot. This one's kind of like boss version of it. Charizanico says he or she likes the red, and you're the one who challenged me to make it. So guess what? We're going to use the red one. So we're going to go with Chimera-red_orange or rig, or we could just go like this. F2, Control C, and then that works too. That way we can put it here, and then we take this, copy this, put this here, and then we take this, cut this, copy, highlight this, paste this, subtract that, and there we go. Give it a placeholder, and this is going to be our level 8 creature. Eventually I'm going to fine-tune all of these numbers. Get rid of the default attack. And this is going to be a Chimerico. How about that, Charizanico? A Chimerico. We gotta customize it a little bit. It's a Chimerico. A Chimerico. A Chimerico. Alright. Let's make its drop items. What would a Chimera drop? It could drop several things, right? Why is this not closing? There it goes. A Chimera. Alright, we gotta think of... The Soul Stone's gonna be one, the rare drop. But then we need 2 drops from a Chimera. A common and an uncommon. A 50% drop and a 10% drop. Maybe a Fang. Fang's like everything has a Fang, right? What about if we make a tail feather? It doesn't really have a feather on this icon. But what if we... A Chimera. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. A scale. Let's make a Chimera scale. A Chimerico scale. We'll start with that for now. Maybe we have something that we can use as a scale. If not, we'll make something. Looks more like liquid, but could work. That's definitely a seashell. This could be like a scale, right? Does that look too much like a seashell? Could that be a scale? That one. Or we're gonna have to make one. Yeah, Demos, I think we're gonna have to go with a Fang. Everything has a Fang. Seems like we're gonna have every creature drop a Fang. Different Fang. We already have Spider Fang, Insect Stinger, Scorpion Stinger. I guess they're different. They're different. We have 2 Stingers. Why not 2 Fangs, huh? A Poison Fang. I like it. We'll make a Scale the common drop and the Poison Fang the uncommon. Poison Fang. And what we could do is take this icon and then make it like purple on the edge and like put a little red line on it. So this will be here. That's the common. A scale that came off Chimerico. And it's got a value of 800. The Fang, which is the uncommon drop, should have the same value for now. Hi, other Shadow 115. Yeah, you can create an account that has the exact same name and icon as someone else, so. Yeah, I'm not gonna ban either one of you, so, because the trolls are real smart. They'll come in and shout, "This guy's taking my identity," and you ban the real one. You don't know, so you just let them both go. And if either one of them says something wrong, then you have to deal with that exact account that said it. Okay, Poison Fang, let's just make that real quick. That should be easy to do. We'll scroll up to here. We can grab this, copy it. We have to select the right layer, copy it. Go down here and paste it. And then we can zoom in a little bit more, or a lot more. And then take the pencil draw tool, and just get 1 pixel, and draw like some purple and then get a slightly different purple. And then a slightly different purple. Why does it let me go right there? There's like one spot. Is that not a... There it is. It's so weird. That, and then we can put a little bit of red around the top too, just to make it stand out a little bit. Editing in Sprite is so much better than Photoshop when it comes to doing this pixelated stuff, because it's just, gosh, it's so weird sometimes. And what I'll also do is just make this one a little bit larger. There, it looks different. We can save that. Nope, not a JPEG. PNG. Please, thank you. And then we'll have to save, open the database, open the icon set again, and it's there. Poison Fang. Copy this, put this here. It's a regular item, no scope, never occasion, can't be consumed. A poisonous, a fang that still has some poison left on it. There you go, poison fang. And we'll give it the same value as the scale for now until I figure out why or when I should up the value. You know what, we could just make it double. That's a standard. Double, if it's the uncommon, it could just be double. So if the common part is 700, the uncommon will be the 1400, and vice versa. I still have to make the uncommon for several of the other enemies as well. Well, I'll drop a common scale 50% of the time, and it will drop the fang 10% of the time. I'm going to increase the gold count from the creatures as well. Actually, let's cut it in half. It'll be half. It's still a buff. I'm going to be changing these numbers probably often. Yeah. Take care, Silver. Thanks for coming to the stream. We're almost done anyway. Yeah. Try not to get too... I mean, people like to have fun, right? Ultimately, it's just people trying to have fun. Of course, it's usually like 12-year-olds who just have nothing better to do. And, you know, so what, I have to hide users when they say something bad or whatever. It's fine. They got me a long time ago, though. Yeah. Alright, so we got the basis for the next enemy. Got the way it looks and the items it'll drop. We need to design the skills and then make the soulstone for that rare drop. We can start the armor soulstone right now too, just to get it in place. This is a Chimerico soulstone, and this can be I feel like this could be red, and then this dank spider one could be more of the orange is already used, and the spider one could be the dark one. Shadow Bat can also be that. I guess some of them are going to share. So Dank Spider will be red. Yeah, it's whatever, Doc. Thanks for coming to the stream. Appreciate it. Everybody who came. Very awesome. Thank you for the help, everybody. We're going to change these skills up. We're going to apply this armor drop, 1 out of 100. And when we make the skills, we'll update, we'll add these 3 new skills for the Chimerico. I'm going to think of some skills. You guys think of some skills for the Chimerico. I'm thinking like an Aqua Breath. It seems like in every game they have some sort of like, blowing bubbles on everything. I don't understand how that equates. Maybe it's like some mythology where they're on the sea or something. I don't know. But we'll go with some sort of water-based attack, if I even have that element in the game. What does my system look like? We have physical, energy, emotional, thermal, corrosive, chaos, and radiant. I guess we can make it a corrosive attack. Like acid breath. And it'll be like the aqua breath, but a corrosive element of it. 1 for each head, yeah. It can have thermal, that's like the fire one. Corrosive, which will be like an acid one. And then maybe an energy one. So we'll make the dragon head, or not the dragon, the lion head do the thermal damage. We'll make the serpent do the corrosive damage. And then, what's the other part of it? Let's look at this creature. What even is it? Isn't it like 3? You've got like a lion face with a snake, but wasn't it a 3rd thing? Like a griffin or something? We can give it 1 attack for each. Emotional. The cat head can call you names. I mean, we've already talked about that. We're going to do something. That's why the emotional damage exists. It's an emotional damage type. Lion, goat, and snake. Right, a goat. So thermal, corrosive, lion, goat, snake. You can see the back end looks like more like a goat. That's where it comes from, okay? So we'll have like a physical. It'll be a physical attack. The goat will just back kick you. So it'll have a physical attack, which will be like a kick. Yeah, kick will work. Back kick. Or kick back. I like that one. We'll make a skill called kick back. I'm going to write it in before I forget. And that'll be a physical. And the dragon, or I keep saying dragon, the the lion will do like a fire breath or something, and then the snake will do like a poison spit, but it'll be a corrosive. So it'll do physical, thermal, corrosive. So we'll do kickback. It'll be like a goat's foot. I know what we'll do for this last one, for this kickback. We'll make an icon that takes, let's close this. Let's open up the thingy. That's a good word, thingy. The piece of art from Hidden One. IMG, SV Actors, Hidden Ones, Chimera. Does that exist? Or is this not Hidden Ones? This is Hidden Ones, isn't it? Didn't it start with Hidden Ones? Come on. Let's see. It was called Chimera-Red_original. Maybe it's not Hidden Ones. Let's open up this one. I think I used only Hidden Ones, so I just didn't put Hidden One's name on this one for some reason. Maybe I was saving a lot and I forgot to rename it. Okay, so what I want to do here is take like a picture, a piece of some of this image. Right here, this is the one. Take this, copy it, and put it on a new image. Paste that, zoom in, get rid of the background, and then change the size to a 32 by 32. Wow, that definitely degrades the quality of it, doesn't it? If I undo that, what if I take just this, cut that, close this, paste that, and then do the same process. Image size to 32 by 32. It doesn't look, yeah, whatever. It's the same color scheme anyway. I'm out of time, so I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to let that go. Close this up. We'll take this is going to work. Let's go ahead and copy this. Put this inside of our icon set at the very end. We'll have to extend it. We can extend it for the next level too. Next layer. Let's edit the canvas size. Clicking up here to add more at the bottom. Let's go to pixels. And the height, I'm going to add 32 exactly. So it's 32, 32. We're going to add 32, 30. We're going to add 32 to 32, 32, making it 32, 64, giving us one more row, right? Zoom out a little bit. We'll save this. Overriding the original PNG. now we've got a row, an extra row for the next thing we're going to be working on. We'll have to hit OK, save the game, open the database again to load the JSON files. And we have an extra row of icons that we can start adding more to. And we'll select this, and this will call it Kickback. Guys, that's where I'm going to end the stream. I'm out of time. And we'll start working on the Chimera's skills and probably take a break from enemy building in the next episode. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a second episode of my first impressions on Horror Veil. So those of you who have stuck around this long, thank you for coming to the live stream. Sometimes on Fridays I'll do first impressions, and the devs for Horror Veil asked if I could continue. I never beat it, right? I started my first impressions, I played it for an hour and 30 minutes or something, and I didn't finish it. So I'm going to start the stream by doing my second episode on my first impressions of Horror Veil. And yeah, thank you so much for backing me on Patreon, devs of Horror Veil. Everybody who's backing me on Patreon, you guys are awesome. Remember to stay awesome. Really appreciate that. It helps the channel. It gives me incentives to keep doing this, even though I do this for fun. It is, I sacrifice time to do this. So if you would like to support what I do, please consider doing so on patreon.com/driftwoodgaming. If you want to come watch me stream, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to get updates and let you know when I am streaming. Like this video if you liked it. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at driftwoodgaming. I sometimes stream on twitch.tv/driftwoodgaming, but I don't always do that. In fact, I haven't streamed on Twitch in a while now because I've been doing YouTube live streaming. But you can follow me on twitch.tv/driftwoodgaming if you want to. Come hang out on the Discord. Link is in the description below. If you want to hang out with like-minded individuals there's a lot of talented artists and game devs and coders, and if you need help with something, no matter what engine you use, there's a category for you there. If you have specific questions, you can private message me on Discord. If you have job offers, editing offers, anything monetary related, message me on Discord instead of emailing me. You'll get a much faster turnaround that way. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Remember to stay awesome. Bye, guys. Kane Rebel, Artisan Travado, Shadow 115, Sugar Zuzu, Demo, Stockweeze, Ren Phoenix, Steckman's Cringe World, Nightmare 505. All you guys. Awesome, awesome. White Lee, thank you for the Lord update so we can figure out what we're actually doing. Ren Phoenix, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming by. I'm gonna miss names. Charles and Nico, thank you for the suggestions and the challenge. We will accept this. I've accepted your challenge. We're gonna make a Chimera. Silver Starlight, thanks for stopping by. Nobody 1707, thank you. Royal, always a pleasure. Mr. Steckman 9000, if you're still here. I know you said you were leaving like 10 minutes ago. If you're still here, thanks for coming. Everybody, I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And that's when I live stream. Yup. We did the arting today. We did some enemies. Did some bug testing. We squashed some bugs. We got a strategy working for the spider. That was cool. I think I'm going to play some Path of Exile. Do you guys play Path of Exile? There is some news on Diablo. I don't know what they're doing, but there's some news on Diablo. I haven't played Diablo 3 because I don't know why, really. I've played it before, but I was really into Diablo 2 for a long time. I still like Diablo 2, but it's like now Path of Exile has become the Diablo 2. Diablo 3, something about it, I play it and I just get bored immediately. But I think they're making something new with Diablo 3. Anyway, if I find out anything about that, besides the comic being canceled, I will post it in the gaming news of the Discord. So, yeah, come hang out on the Discord, where you get all kinds of other information on people. You get to see pictures of the plants I'm growing, because I know that's super interesting, right? Look at this. I grew this. I've got so many of them growing right now. Jalapenos. I've got so many jalapenos. Anyway, bye guys.